We are underperforming in this arena, and I believe that to be true. You know, I can tell you lots of reasons why I care so much about hospitality, tourism, and then, of course, the telling of the story, and what that story could and should be on a sustained basis. And many more ads to come, telling different stories each time, was to get a theme that we could keep fresh by looking to our past and predicting our future. And here's this massive tie-in about who we are as Connecticut citizens, who we are as residents of this state. We have so much to be proud of. Not just that we have these great things to see today, but so much has been accomplished here in the past. As I frequently quote, George Washington referred to Connecticut as the provision state without which we could not have won our first war with the British. John Trumbull's house was used for over 1,000 war cabinet meetings. Rochambeau and Lafayette and Washington met here. We contributed mightily to those efforts. Or we could talk about the night of April 7th and 8th, when the British fleet was in Long Island Sound and sent up 6 longboats up the Connecticut River, and they attacked Essex, arriving on land in 1814, destroying 25 ships in port, the largest naval loss on the U.S. Navy until Pearl Harbor. I could talk about Samuel Colt's invention and how the West was won in Connecticut. I could talk about the Civil War uniforms manufactured here in Connecticut. I could talk about all of the armaments and military industries and innovations developed here in Connecticut. I could tell all of that story and more. We could talk about Eli Whitney as well, interchangeable parts here in Connecticut for the first time. We could talk about the great institution which is Yale and all that it has contributed to our democracy as a producer of presidents and secretaries and leaders in multiple areas. Talk about that little Ed institution in stores, about all that's been accomplished there, not just on the basketball court or on the football field, but in the building. Some of the agricultural investments and inventions on that campus are really quite extraordinary and paying dividends to this day, and new inventions coming forth on a regular basis. I can talk about medical science. All of that is part of who we are. I can talk about the sexual revolution that has been played out here in a famous case, the Griswold case, where for the first time the Supreme Court of the United States recognized personal privacy, without which the women's movement would have been stymied for generations. We can tell all of those stories not for the value simply that they are a footnote in history, but what they project for our future. See, this is where tourism and hospitality comes with redefining who we are as a state. They come together. And if this doesn't get you excited, you're in the wrong business. But growth is not a reach. Recovery is not a reach. Higher occupancy rates is not a reach. These are all possibilities if we remain certain about what our long-term goals are. If we continue this course, which we have reasonably predicted based on facts and figures, is the course that we should stay on and live. I have to tell you that the I Love New York campaign was probably the most effective campaign in refacing a state. It really hurt. But they came up with a catchy tune and a catchy story to tell, and they told it over and over and over again. And before you knew it, a city that had been declining in population for generations, New York City, began to grow again. Markets that were moving out of New York City and out of New York State started to stabilize. People who had never thought of the Adirondacks in their life came to experience them. Visitation of the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building jumped markedly. We can do this. There's no state that's better positioned. There's no state that has a better story to tell. There's no state that has a better history, a better present, or a better future than Connecticut.